You don't get to decide this alone. Anna's hand trembled against her stomach. The test sat on the counter between them, 2 lines that changed everything. Liyun didn't move. He stood in the doorway of his penthouse bedroom, tattooed right hand loose at his side, salt and pepper hair catching the late afternoon light. His face gave nothing away. It's mine, he said. Not a question. It's ours. Her voice cracked on the word. No. He stepped closer. It's mine. You were just supposed to carry it. 3 weeks ago, Anna thought she was helping a friend. Now she was staring at a man who looked at her like she'd stolen something. She had. For months earlier. The apartment smelled like mildew and ramen. Anna sat on the edge of Minsun's futon, phone in hand, scrolling through her ex's Instagram. Jiho had posted a picture with another girl. 2 days after kicking Anna out. You're torturing yourself, Minsun said from the kitchen. Anna didn't look up. He said I was flirting with customers. He said a lot of things. I wasn't. I know. Minsun appeared in the doorway, holding 2 beers. She handed one to Anna and sat down beside her. I have a job for you. Anna took a long drink. I already have a job. Not like this. Good money. 1 afternoon. That's it. Doing what? Minsun hesitated. Just long enough that Anna should have known. Should have walked away. Medical thing, Minsun said. Totally safe. I can't do it anymore. And I already took the first half of the payment. What kind of medical thing? Does it matter? Minsun's voice was tight. You're sleeping on my couch. You've got $200 in your account. Jiho took everything else. Anna stared at the beer in her hand. 3 months ago, she had her own place. Her own life. Then Jiho decided she smiled too much at the wrong people, and everything fell apart. How much? She asked. 50,000. Anna nearly dropped the bottle. For what? Surrogate. Just the insemination appointment. In and out. The guy doesn't want to meet you. Doesn't want anything except a baby. Yeah. Anna should have said no. Should have asked more questions. Should have wondered why Minsun looked so desperate, but she didn't. When? Anna asked. The clinic was sterile. White walls. Soft music. A nurse who smiled too much and didn't ask enough questions. Anna filled out paperwork with Minsun's name. Signed documents she didn't read. Let them take her back to a room that smelled like disinfectant and lavender. We'll get started, the nurse said. This won't take long. It didn't. 20 minutes later, Anna was walking out with a check for $25,000 and instructions to take a pregnancy test in 3 weeks. Minsun was waiting in the parking lot. She didn't ask how it went. Just handed Anna an envelope with her half of the money and said, "Don't tell anyone." I won't. I mean it, Anna. This guy, he's not someone you want knowing your name. You said he didn't want to meet me. He doesn't. Minsun's hands were shaking. But if he finds out I sent you instead, he won't. Minsun nodded, got in her car, drove away. Anna stood in the parking lot, holding more money than she'd seen in her life, and told herself it didn't matter. She'd helped a friend, paid off her debts. Maybe she'd even get her own place again. She told herself a lot of things. None of them were true. After 3 weeks, the test was positive. Anna stared at it in the bathroom of her new studio apartment, small, but hers, and felt her entire body go cold. She called Minsun. Once. Twice. 10 times. No answer. She texted, "It's positive." What do I do? Nothing. She tried again the next day. And the day after that. Minsun's number was disconnected. Anna sat on her bathroom floor, test still in her hand, and realized she had no idea who the father was. No name. No contact. Just a signature on paperwork she'd signed with someone else's name. She thought about getting rid of it. She had the money now. She could. The knock came 3 days later. Anna opened the door expecting a neighbor. A delivery. Anything normal. Liyun stood in the hallway. He didn't introduce himself. Didn't smile. Just looked at her with dark eyes that missed nothing and said, "You're pregnant." Anna's mouth went dry. Who? Where's Minsun? I don't know. His jaw tightened. You don't know. She disconnected her number. I can't. Step aside. Excuse me. He moved past her into the apartment. Anna stood frozen in the doorway, heart hammering, as this stranger, tall, broad-shouldered, tattoos covering his right hand like ink-black armor, walked through her space like he owned it. "You can't just." "Sit down," he said. "Get out." He turned. Looked at her. Really looked. Anna's breath caught. He was older. 40 maybe. Salt and pepper hair cut sharp. A face that would have been handsome if it wasn't so cold. He wore a black suit like it was a uniform. And when he moved, there was something in the way he carried himself, controlled, contained, like violence on a leash. "Sit down," he said again. Quieter this time. Anna sat. He pulled out his phone. Showed her a picture. "This is Min-sun. She was supposed to carry my child. She took my money and disappeared. You went to the clinic in her place. She asked me to. I don't care why." He put the phone away. "The baby is mine. Legally. Genetically. You signed a contract." "I signed her name." "I know." He tilted his head. "That's fraud." Anna's stomach dropped. "I didn't." "You didn't know." He said it like he was reading from a script. "You were helping a friend. You needed money. She lied to you. None of that changes the fact that you're carrying my child. So, what do you want?" "I want you to honor the contract." "I don't even know what it says." "Then I'll summarize." He stepped closer. Anna pressed back into the couch. "You carry the baby to term. You deliver. I take custody. You walk away with the second half of the payment, and we never see each other again." "And if I don't?" His expression didn't change. "Then I make your life very difficult." Anna's hands curled into fists. "You can't force me to. I can do a lot of things." He crouched down in front of her. Eye level now. Close enough that she could see the ink on his right hand, symbols she didn't recognize, patterns that looked like they meant something. "But I'd prefer not to. So, let's keep this simple. You do what Min-sun was supposed to do. I pay you." Everyone walks away clean. "Who are you?" "Lee-yoon." The name meant nothing to her. He saw that. Almost smiled. "You really don't know." "Should I?" "No." He stood. "That's better, actually." He left his card on her coffee table. Black. No title. Just a name and a number. "You have 48 hours to decide," he said. "After that, I decide for you." He walked out. Anna sat on her couch, staring at the card, and felt the world tilt sideways. She was pregnant. The father was a stranger. And Min-sun had sold her out. Anna just made the biggest mistake of her life. But does Lee-yoon see her as a problem or something more dangerous? Subscribe because this man doesn't forgive, but he might just fall. Anna didn't call. She spent 2 days pacing her apartment, staring at the black card on her coffee table like it might explode. She Googled Lee-yoon. Found nothing useful. A few business registrations. Import-export companies. Real estate holdings. Nothing that explained the way he'd looked at her. Like she was a problem he was deciding how to solve. On the 3rd day, he came back. No knock this time. The door just opened. Anna shot up from the couch. "How did you?" "Your locks are terrible." He closed the door behind him. "Have you decided?" "You said 48 hours. That was 3 days ago. I needed time to think." "And?" He stepped into the small living room, hands in his pockets. Calm. Patient. Like he had all the time in the world. Anna hated how small her apartment felt with him in it. "I don't want your money," she said. "Yes, you do." "I want to keep the baby." His expression didn't change. But something shifted in his eyes. Something cold and sharp. "No," he said. "It's my body. It's my child. I didn't agree to this. Min-sun. Min-sun is gone. You took her place. You signed the documents." He pulled a folder from inside his jacket. Dropped it on the coffee table. "This is the contract. Read it." Anna grabbed the folder. Flipped it open. Legal jargon filled the pages. Terms like gestational carrier and parental rights relinquishment and binding agreement. Her name wasn't anywhere on it. Min-sun's was. "I didn't sign this," Anna said. "You signed the intake forms at the clinic. Those reference this contract. A lawyer would argue you accepted the terms by proceeding with the insemination." "That's insane." "That's legal." He sat down in the chair across from her. leaned back, watched her. You have two options. You honor the agreement, and I pay you the remaining $25,000 when you deliver. Or you fight me, spend everything you have on lawyers, lose, and walk away with nothing. You can't just take a baby. I can do exactly that. Anna's hands shook. She put the folder down before he could see. What kind of person are you? The kind who gets what he wants. Why? Her voice cracked. Why do you even want a baby? You don't. You're not married. You don't. I want an heir. An heir? I run a family business. I need someone to leave it to. Then get married. Have your own. I don't want a wife. His voice was flat. Final. I want a child. My blood. My legacy. No complications. Anna laughed. It came out bitter and sharp. And I'm not a complication? You weren't supposed to be. She stood up, walked to the window, stared out at the street below. Her reflection stared back, dark skin, tight curls she hadn't bothered to style in days, eyes that looked too tired for 28. Behind her, Liyun didn't move. What happens after? She asked. After I give you the baby. Do I just what? Pretend it never happened. Yes. I can't do that. You will. She turned. You don't know me. I know enough. He stood, buttoned his jacket. You needed money badly enough to do this in the first place. You're living in a 400-square-foot studio in a bad neighborhood. You have no family in the city. No support system. Your ex destroyed your credit and your confidence. You're alone, Anna. And you're going to stay that way unless you make smarter choices. The way he said her name made her skin prickle. How do you know all that? She whispered. I know everything about the woman carrying my child. He walked to the door. Stopped. You have 1 week. After that, I'm moving you. Moving me where? Somewhere I can make sure you don't do anything stupid. You can't. I can. And I will. He opened the door. 1 week, Anna. Use it wisely. He left. Anna locked the door behind him. Then checked it twice. Then shoved a chair under the handle. It didn't make her feel any safer. She lasted 4 days. 4 days of jumping at every sound. 4 days of looking over her shoulder on the way to work. 4 days of feeling like she was being watched. She probably was. On the 5th day, she called the number on his card. He answered on the first ring. Yes. I need to talk to you. I'm listening. Not on the phone. In person. I'll send a car. I can meet you somewhere. The car will be there in 20 minutes. He hung up. Anna stared at her phone. She should have said no. Should have told him to go to hell. But she was tired. And scared. And so alone. The car was black. Sleek. The driver didn't speak. Just opened the door and waited. Anna got in. They drove for 30 minutes. Out of her neighborhood. Through parts of the city she recognized, then parts she didn't. The buildings got taller. Nicer. The streets got cleaner. They stopped in front of a high-rise that looked like it cost more than Anna would make in 10 lifetimes. The driver opened her door. Top floor. Anna stepped out. Looked up. The building seemed to scrape the sky. Inside, the lobby was all marble and gold. A receptionist smiled at her like she belonged there. Directed her to a private elevator. Anna rode it up in silence, watching the city shrink below her. The doors opened directly into a penthouse. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Minimalist furniture. Everything black and white and sharp. Liyun stood by the windows, hands in his pockets, looking out at the city. You wanted to talk, he said without turning. Anna stepped out of the elevator. The doors closed behind her with a soft click. I can't do this, she said. You already are. I mean, I can't just give you the baby and walk away. I can't pretend. You'll learn. He turned. Looked at her. People adapt. You will too. Why me? The question came out raw. Desperate. If Min-sun ran, why didn't you just find someone else? Because you're already pregnant. That's not an answer. He walked toward her. Slow. Deliberate. Anna forced herself not to step back. Min-sun was Korean, he said. I wanted my child to look like me. To carry my blood without question. You're not what I planned for. Then let me go. No. Why not? He stopped in front of her. Close enough that she had to tilt her head back to meet his eyes. Because the baby is mine, he said quietly. And I don't give up what's mine. Anna's breath caught. For a long moment, neither of them moved. Then he stepped back. You'll move in here. Tomorrow. I'll have someone pack your apartment. I'm not. You're 7 weeks pregnant. You're working double shifts at a bar where men touch you when they're drunk. You're living in a building with broken locks and mold in the walls. His voice was calm. Factual. You'll move in here. You'll stop working. You'll see the best doctors in the city. And you'll carry my child safely. That's not negotiable. And if I say no, then I make you say yes. Anna's hands curled into fists. You're insane. I'm practical. He walked past her toward the elevator. Pressed the button. The car will pick you up tomorrow at noon. Bring anything you want to keep. Everything else will be replaced. The elevator doors opened. Anna didn't move. What if I run? He looked at her over his shoulder. I'll find you. What if I get rid of it? His expression went cold. Dangerously cold. You won't, he said. How do you know? Because you already love it. He stepped into the elevator. I can see it. The way you put your hand on your stomach when you're nervous. The way you stopped drinking coffee. You're keeping it. You just don't want to give it to me. The doors started to close. Too bad, he said. Anna stood in the empty penthouse, heart pounding, and realized he was right. She was keeping it. And he was taking it. The movers came at 11. Anna watched from the sidewalk as 3 men in unmarked uniforms carried her life out in boxes. It took them 20 minutes. Everything she owned fit into the back of a truck. The black car arrived at noon. Same driver. Same silence. Anna got in. She told herself this was temporary. Told herself she'd find a way out. Told herself a lot of things during that drive. None of them stuck. The penthouse looked different in daylight. Bigger. Colder. The windows showed the whole city spread out below like Lee owned it. Maybe he did. Your room is down the hall, he said from behind her. Anna turned. He was leaning against the kitchen counter, coffee in hand. He looked different too. No suit jacket. Just a black button-down with the sleeves rolled up. The tattoos on his right hand crawled up past his wrist. She could see more ink disappearing under the fabric. My room, she repeated. Second door on the left. Your things are already there. She didn't move. Where's your room? Why? I want to know how far away from you I'll be. Something almost like amusement crossed his face. Not far enough. Anna's jaw tightened. She walked past him down the hall. Found the second door. Opened it. The room was twice the size of her entire apartment. King bed. Sitting area. Bathroom with a tub that could fit 3 people. Her boxes were stacked neatly in the corner, looking pathetic against all that space. She heard him behind her. Didn't turn around. There's a doctor's appointment tomorrow, Leon said. 9 a.m. The car will take you. I can take myself. No. I'm not a prisoner. You're not free either. His voice was closer now. The faster you accept that, the easier this will be. Anna spun around. He was standing in the doorway, watching her with those dark, unreadable eyes. I hate you, she said. I know. I'm going to hate this baby for reminding me of you. No, you won't. He pushed off the door frame. You'll love it. And you'll hate yourself for it. That's worse. He walked away. Anna stood in her new prison and felt something inside her chest. The first week was silent. Lee Yoon left early. Came back late. When he was home, he stayed in his office, a room at the end of the hall Anna wasn't allowed to enter. She spent her days wandering the penthouse like a ghost, eating food that appeared in the refrigerator, watching the city from windows she couldn't open. The doctor's appointment was exactly what he'd promised. The best. A private clinic. A physician who smiled too much and asked too few questions. Everything was perfect. Anna hated all of it. The baby's healthy, the doctor said, showing her the ultrasound. A blur of black and white. A flutter that was supposed to be a heartbeat. Anna stared at it and felt nothing. The driver took her back to the penthouse. Lee Yoon was waiting in the living room. Well, he asked. It's fine. Fine. Healthy. Growing. Whatever you want to hear. She dropped her purse on the counter. Congratulations. Your investment is sound. His jaw tightened. Don't do that. Do what? Pretend you don't care. Maybe I don't. He stood, crossed the room in 3 strides, stopped close enough that she had to look up to meet his eyes. You care, he said quietly. You're just angry that you do. You don't know anything about me. I know you cried in the car on the way home. Anna's breath caught. You. I know everything you do. Where you go. Who you talk to. What you eat. How long you sleep. He reached up, brushed a tear off her cheek that she hadn't realized had fallen. I know you better than you think. She slapped his hand away. Don't touch me. Why not? Because I hate you. You said that already. He didn't move back. Didn't give her space. Say something new. Get away from me. No. Anna shoved him. Hard. He didn't budge. I said get away. He caught her wrists. Gentle but firm. Held them between their bodies. You want to fight me? He asked. Fine. Fight me. Hit me. Scream. Cry. Get it out. His voice was low. Dangerous. But stop pretending you're not terrified. I'm not. You're carrying a stranger's baby. Living in his home. Completely dependent on him for everything. You have no power here, Anna. And that scares you more than I do. She tried to pull away. He held on. Let go, she whispered. Why? Because I'll break. His grip loosened. Just slightly. Then break. Anna's knees gave out. She didn't fall. He caught her, pulled her against his chest and held her while she shattered. She cried until there was nothing left. Until her throat was raw and her eyes burned, and she couldn't remember why she'd been fighting so hard. He didn't say anything, just held her. When she finally pulled back, his shirt was soaked. I'm sorry, she said automatically. Don't be. I ruined your. I don't care about the shirt. He stepped back, put distance between them. Go lie down. I'll bring you dinner. Anna nodded, too tired to argue. She made it to her room, collapsed on the bed, stared at the ceiling. She heard him in the kitchen later. The sound of cooking. Something that smelled like garlic and sesame oil. He knocked on her door at 7. Came in without waiting for an answer. Set a tray on the nightstand. Eat, he said. I'm not hungry. I don't care. The baby needs food. The baby's fine. Eat, Anna. She sat up, looked at the tray. Soup. Rice. Vegetables. It looked homemade. You cooked this? She asked. Yes. Why? Because you need to eat. He headed for the door. Liyun. He stopped. Turned. Thank you, she said quietly. He nodded once. Left. Anna ate every bite. Things changed after that. Small shifts. Barely noticeable. He started coming home earlier. Eating dinner with her at the table instead of in his office. Asking about the appointments. Actually listening when she answered. She started asking questions too. Carefully. Testing the boundaries. Why import-export? She asked one night over bibimbap he'd made. It's profitable. That's not a real answer. It's the only one you're getting. He took a drink of water. Why did you stay with Jiho for 3 years? Anna's fork paused halfway to her mouth. How do you know it was 3 years? I told you. I know everything. That's creepy. That's thorough. He leaned back in his chair. So why? She set her fork down. Because I thought he loved me. And now? Now I know he didn't. How? Because love doesn't humiliate you. It doesn't tear you down and kick you out and post pictures with someone new 2 days later. Her voice was steady. Calm. She'd said this to herself enough times that it didn't hurt anymore. He used me. I let him. I won't make that mistake again. Liyun was quiet for a long moment. Good, he said finally. Good. You learned something. He stood. Started clearing the dishes. Most people never do. Anna watched him move around the kitchen. Efficient. Practiced. Like he'd done this 1,000 times. Do you cook for yourself every night? She asked. Yes. Why not hire someone? I don't like strangers in my space. I'm a stranger. He looked at her over his shoulder. Not anymore. Something in his voice made her chest tight. What am I then? She asked. He didn't answer. Just finished the dishes and disappeared into his office. Anna sat at the table alone and tried to figure out what had just happened. The next morning, she found a gift on the kitchen counter. Prenatal vitamins. The expensive kind. and a note in sharp, precise handwriting. Take these. Doctor's orders. No signature. Anna picked up the bottle, looked toward the closed office door at the end of the hall. He was already gone, off to whatever business he ran that he wouldn't explain. She took the vitamins. Hated that it felt like giving in. Hated more that she didn't mind. 2 weeks later, his mother came to visit. Anna was in the kitchen making tea when the elevator doors opened. A woman stepped out. Late 60s. Elegant. Perfectly styled black hair. Designer clothes. And expression that could freeze fire. She looked at Anna like she was a stain on the floor. "Where's my son?" she asked in Korean. Anna understood enough to know she was being dismissed. "He's in his office." The woman's eyes narrowed. "You speak Korean?" "A little. I'm learning." "Why?" "Because I live here." "Not for long." The woman walked past her like she didn't exist. Headed straight for Lee Yoon's office. Opened the door without knocking. Anna heard raised voices. Korean. Fast and angry. She couldn't make out most of it. But she caught a few words. Disgrace. Black. Mistake. Her hand went to her stomach. The office door opened. Lee Yoon came out first. His mother followed. Her face was red. Furious. She looked at Anna. Said something sharp in Korean. Lee Yoon's voice cut through the air like a blade. English, mother. Why? So she can understand what I think of her. His mother's English was perfect. Cold. You bring this woman into your home. Pregnant with your child. And you expect me to accept it? I don't expect anything from you. She's black, Yoon. Anna flinched. Lee Yoon's expression went dark. Get out. I'm your mother. Get out. The elevator doors opened. The woman stepped inside. But before they closed, she looked at Anna one more time. He'll never marry you, she said. He'll take that baby and throw you away like garbage. That's all you are to him. The doors closed. Silence filled the penthouse. Anna couldn't breathe. Lee Yoon turned to her. She doesn't speak for me. Doesn't she? Anna's voice shook. She's right. You're going to take the baby and I'm going to disappear. That was always the plan. Anna, don't. She backed away. Just don't. She locked herself in her room. And for the first time since moving in, she cried herself to sleep. His mother just said what Lee Yoon won't. Anna's temporary. Disposable. But if that's true, why did he look ready to burn the world down when his mother disrespected her? Anna didn't come out of her room for 2 days. Lee Yoon knocked. Left food outside her door. She heard him standing there, waiting. She never answered. On the 3rd day, the knocking stopped. She thought he'd given up. She was wrong. The door opened at midnight. No warning. Just the soft click of a lock she hadn't realized he could override. Anna sat up in bed. Get out. Lee Yoon closed the door behind him. He looked different. Tired. His shirt was wrinkled. Hair disheveled like he'd been running his hands through it. We need to talk, he said. No, we don't. Yes, we do. He crossed the room. Sat on the edge of her bed without asking. What my mother said was true. No. You're going to take this baby and I'm going to walk away. That's the plan. That's always been the plan. Anna pulled her knees to her chest. She just said it out loud. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Doesn't she? Anna laughed bitterly. I'm black. I'm poor. I'm nothing to your family. To your world. I'm just the vessel carrying your air. Stop. Why? It's the truth. It was the truth. His voice was rough. Strained. It's not anymore. Anna's breath caught. What are you talking about? He stood. Paced to the window. Stared out at the city lights. When I planned this, I wanted a child. Not a relationship. Not complications. Just an heir. He turned to face her. I didn't account for you. What does that mean? It means you've become a problem. Something sharp twisted in Anna's chest. Then let me go. I can't. Why not? Because I don't want to. The words came out harsh. Frustrated. Like they'd been dragged out of him against his will. I should. This would be easier if I did. But I don't. Anna stared at him. You're not making sense. I know. He walked back to the bed. Sat down again. Closer this time. You weren't supposed to matter. You were supposed to carry the baby, take the money, and disappear. Simple. Clean. No attachments. So what changed? You did. His eyes met hers. Dark. Intense. You walk around this place like you're trying not to take up space. You eat dinner with me even though you hate me. You're learning Korean so you can understand when my family insults you. You cry yourself to sleep and pretend you don't. And every day I tell myself it doesn't matter. That you're temporary. That when this is over, I'll forget you. He reached out, brushed a curl away from her face. I'm lying, he said quietly. Anna couldn't breathe. Lee-yoon, I don't want you to leave. You have to let me go. The contract. I don't care about the contract. His hand cupped her face. Gentle. Careful. Like she might break. I care about you. You don't even know me. I know you better than anyone. His thumb traced her cheekbone. I know you put hot sauce on everything. I know you hum when you're cooking. I know you touch your stomach when you think no one's watching. I know you're scared and angry and so damn strong you don't even realize it. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Stop. Why? Because this can't happen. It already has. He leaned in. Slow. Giving her time to pull away. She didn't. His lips brushed hers. Soft. Questioning. Anna's hands fisted in his shirt. She should push him away. Should remember who he was. What he'd done. How this started. She kissed him back instead. It wasn't gentle. Wasn't sweet. It was desperate and messy and 3 months of tension finally breaking. He pulled her closer. She let him. Let him kiss her like she was air and he'd been drowning. Let herself feel something other than afraid. When they finally broke apart, they were both breathing hard. This is a mistake, Anna whispered. I know. We can't. I know. Then why? Because I'm tired of pretending I don't want you. His forehead rested against hers. I'm tired of lying to myself. Anna closed her eyes. What happens now? I don't know. Your family. I don't care about my family. The contract. I'll burn it. The baby is ours. He pulled back. Looked at her. Really looked at her. Not mine. Ours. If you want it to be. Anna's heart hammered against her ribs. You can't just change the rules. Watch me. Lee-yoon. Stay. His hand covered hers on her stomach. Not because of the contract. Not because I'm forcing you. Stay because you want to. I don't know what I want. Yes, you do. His eyes searched hers. You're just afraid to say it. He was right. She was terrified. I need time, she said. Take it. He stood. Headed for the door. Stopped with his hand on the handle. But Anna. Yeah. I'm not letting you go. Not without a fight. He left. Anna sat in the dark, fingers pressed to her lips, and tried to figure out what the hell just happened. The next morning, everything was different. Lee-yoon made breakfast. Sat across from her at the table. Didn't mention the kiss. But the air between them felt charged. Electric. I have a meeting today, he said. I'll be back late. Okay. Will you be here when I get back? Anna looked up from her eggs. Where else would I go? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'll be here. Something in his shoulders relaxed. Good. He left an hour later. Anna spent the day trying not to think about him. She failed spectacularly. At 3 p.m., her phone rang. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer. Hello, Anna. Her blood went cold. Jisoo. How did you get this number? She asked. Does it matter? His voice was the same. Smooth. Familiar. It made her skin crawl. I heard you're living with someone. Doing well for yourself. What do you want? To talk. I miss you. You kicked me out and posted pictures with another girl 2 days later. I was angry. I made a mistake. He sighed. Perfectly rehearsed. I want you back, Anna. Come home. We can fix this. Anna laughed. Sharp and bitter. There's nothing to fix. We're done. You're pregnant. Her breath stopped. How? I have friends at the clinic. They told me what you did. Playing surrogate for some rich guy? That's desperate, even for you. Go to hell. Does he know you're damaged goods? Does he know your ex had to teach you how to be worth something? Anna's hand shook. You don't know anything about him. I know he's using you. Just like I did. Difference is, I actually cared. His voice dropped. Dangerous. Leave him. Come back to me. Or I'll make sure he knows exactly what kind of woman he's got carrying his mistake. The line went dead. Anna stood frozen in the kitchen, phone clutched in her hand. Jiho knew where she was. Knew about the baby. Knew about Liyun. And he was going to ruin everything. She didn't tell Liyun about the call. She should have. Instead, she spent the evening cooking dinner, setting the table, pretending everything was fine. He came home at 9. Looked surprised to find her waiting. You cooked, he said. Don't sound so shocked. I'm not. He set his jacket on the counter. Thank you. They ate in comfortable silence. Or what should have been comfortable. Anna couldn't stop thinking about Jisu's voice. His threats. You're quiet, Liyun said. Just tired. Liar. She looked up. He was watching her with those dark, knowing eyes. What happened? He asked. Nothing. Anna. I said nothing. Her phone buzzed on the table. A text. From Jiho. Tomorrow. 2 p.m. The coffee shop on 5th. Come alone or I tell him everything. Liyun's hand shot out. Grabbed the phone before she could. He read the message. His expression went dark. Who's Jiho? He asked quietly. My ex. The one who kicked you out. Yes. What does he want? I don't know. Don't lie to me. His voice was steel. What? Does he want? Anna's throat tightened. He knows about the baby. About you. He's threatening to, I don't know. Ruin things. Unless I meet him. Liyun set the phone down. Very carefully. Like he was trying not to break it. You're not going, he said. He'll. I don't care what he'll do. He stood. You're not going anywhere near him. Liyun. He put his hands on you, didn't he? Anna froze. I can see it, Liyun said. His voice was soft. Lethal. The way you flinch sometimes. The way you apologize for things that aren't your fault. He hurt you. It doesn't matter. It matters to me. He walked around the table. Crouched in front of her chair. Took her hands in his. You're not facing him alone. You're not facing him at all. What are you going to do? His smile was cold. Dangerous. What I should have done the moment I learned his name. Anna didn't sleep that night. Liyun disappeared into his office. She heard him on the phone. Low, clipped conversations in Korean. At midnight, he came to her room. Pack a bag, he said. What? We're leaving. Tonight. Where are we going? Somewhere safe. He turned to leave. Stopped. And Anna? Yeah. Jiho won't be a problem anymore. What did you do? What I had to. He left before she could ask more questions. Anna packed with shaking hands. She didn't know what Liyun had planned. She wasn't sure she wanted to. Jiho just made the worst mistake of his life, threatening what belongs to Liyun. And now Anna's about to see exactly how ruthless this man can be when someone tries to take what's his. The car drove for 2 hours. Anna watched the city disappear behind them. Streetlights gave way to darkness. Buildings became trees. Pavement became gravel. Liyun sat beside her in silence. His right hand rested on his knee, tattoos dark against his skin. His jaw was tight. Eyes fixed straight ahead. Where are we going? Anna asked for the 3rd time. Somewhere he can't find you. That's not an answer. It's the only one you need. The car turned down a private road. Gates opened automatically. They drove through woods until a house appeared, modern, sprawling, hidden among the trees. Liyun's hand found hers as they pulled up. Stay close to me. Why? Just do it. They got out. The air smelled like pine and earth. No city noise. No light pollution. Just silence and stars. A man waited by the front door. Tall. Broad. Tattoos covering both arms. He bowed slightly when he saw Liyun. Said something in Korean. Liyun responded. Curt. Commanding. The man glanced at Anna. Something flickered in his expression, surprise, maybe, but he said nothing. Just nodded and stepped aside. Inside, the house was warm. Lived in. Nothing like the cold penthouse. Upstairs, Liyun said. 2nd room on the right. Lock the door. Where are you going? To handle something. Liyun. Lock. The door. He cupped her face. Kissed her forehead. Quick. Possessive. I'll be back before morning. He left before she could argue. Anna stood in the entryway, heart pounding, and heard car engines start outside. She climbed the stairs, found the room, locked the door like he'd told her, and waited. He came back at dawn. Anna heard the front door open, footsteps on the stairs, a soft knock. "It's me," Liyun said. She unlocked the door. He stood in the hallway, shirt untucked, blood on his knuckles. Anna's breath caught. "What did you do?" "What I had to." Is that his blood?" "Some of it." "Oh my God, he's alive." Liyun walked past her into the room, headed straight for the bathroom. Barely, but alive. Anna followed, watched him turn on the sink, wash the blood away like it was paint. "You beat him," she said. "Yes." "Why?" He looked at her in the mirror. "Because he threatened you." "So you almost killed him?" "I would have, if he hadn't told me what I needed to know." He dried his hands, turned to face her. He wasn't working alone. Anna's stomach dropped. "What?" "Someone paid him to break you down, to make sure you'd be desperate enough to do anything." Liyun's jaw tightened. "Including going to that clinic." "That doesn't make sense." "Minsun was paid too. To disappear. To send you instead." He stepped closer. "You were set up, Anna. From the beginning." Her knees went weak. She sat on the edge of the bathtub. "Who?" "I don't know yet. But I will." "Why?" "Why would anyone?" "To get to me." His voice was cold, flat. "Someone wanted you carrying my child. Someone wanted leverage." Anna's hand went to her stomach. "The baby is safe. You're safe. I'm making sure of it." He crouched in front of her. "That's why we're here. That's why you're not going back to the city until I find out who's behind this." "How long will that take?" "As long as it needs to. I can't just hide." "Yes, you can." His hands covered hers. "You can and you will. Because if something happens to you or that baby, I'll burn the world down. Do you understand me?" She'd never heard his voice like that. Raw. Desperate. "I understand," she whispered. He stood. Started to leave. "Liyun." He stopped. "Are you okay?" she asked. He looked at her over his shoulder. Something in his expression softened. "No," he said quietly. "I'm not." He left. Anna sat in the bathroom, trembling, and realized she'd fallen for a man who solved problems with his fists and didn't apologize for it. She should have been horrified. She wasn't. The days at the safe house blurred together. Liyun disappeared for hours at a time. Came back tense. Exhausted. He didn't tell her what he was doing. She stopped asking. Instead, they fell into a strange routine. He cooked dinner when he was there. They ate together. Talked about nothing important. Avoided the elephant in the room. At night, he'd stand outside her door. She'd hear him out there, waiting. On the 5th night, she opened it. "You can come in," she said. "I shouldn't." "I know." She stepped back. "Come in anyway." He did. They sat on opposite ends of the bed. Not touching. Just existing in the same space. "Tell me about the tattoos," Anna said. He looked at his right hand. "What do you want to know?" "What they mean." "They're markers. Proof of loyalty. Proof of rank." "In what?" He was quiet for a long moment. "My family business. Which is dangerous. I figured that out when you came back covered in blood." His mouth twitched. Almost a smile. "I didn't want you to know what I am. What I do." "Why?" "Because I wanted you to look at me the way you did that first week. Like I was just a controlling man who wanted a baby." He turned to face her. "Not like I was a monster." "You're not a monster. You don't know what I've done." "Then tell me." "No." "Why not?" "Because you'll leave." Anna shook her head. "I'm carrying your baby. Living in your safe house. Waiting for you every night like some pathetic." Her voice broke. "I'm not going anywhere, Liyun. Even if I should." He stared at her. Then he moved. Crossed the bed in one fluid motion. Pulled her into his lap. Kissed her like he was drowning and she was oxygen. Anna gasped against his mouth. He swallowed the sound. Hands in her hair. On her waist. Everywhere. "Tell me to stop," he said against her lips. "No. Anna. I want this. I want you." His control snapped. He laid her back on the bed, kissed her throat, her collarbone. Lower. You're pregnant, he said. I could hurt. You won't. How do you know? Because you're terrified of it. She pulled him back up, kissed him. Touch me. Please. He did. Careful. Reverent. Like she was something precious. His hands mapped her body, found every place that made her gasp, every place that made her arch into him. When he finally moved between her legs, his eyes met hers. Tell me if I... Stop talking, she whispered. He smiled. Actually smiled. Yes, ma'am. They came together slowly, carefully. His forehead pressed to hers. Their breathing synchronized. It wasn't rough, wasn't fast. It was something else entirely. It was claiming. When she shattered beneath him, his name on her lips, he followed her over the edge. After, they lay tangled together. His hand on her stomach, her fingers tracing the tattoos on his arm. I love you, he said into the darkness. Anna's breath caught. What? I love you. I've loved you since you cried in my penthouse and pretended you weren't breaking. I just didn't want to admit it. Tears slipped down her temples. You don't have to say that. I'm not saying it because I have to. I'm saying it because it's true. He propped himself up on one elbow, looked down at her. I love you. And I'm keeping you. Both of you. If you'll let me. Your family. Doesn't matter. Your business. I'll protect you from it. Li-yoon. Say yes. His thumb brushed away her tears. Say you'll stay. Not because of the baby. Not because you're scared. Stay because you want to. Anna's chest ached. I want to. Then stay. What if? No what ifs. He kissed her. Soft. Sure. Just stay. She nodded. He gathered her closer. She fell asleep in his arms. For the first time in months, she felt safe. She woke to shouting. Anna bolted upright. Li-yoon was already out of bed, pulling on pants, grabbing his phone. What's happening? She asked. Stay here. Li-yoon. Stay. Here. He left. Anna heard voices downstairs. Angry. Rapid Korean. Then a gunshot. Her blood went cold. She ran to the door. Opened it. Started down the stairs. Anna, no. Li-yoon's voice. Sharp with panic. She froze halfway down. A man stood in the entryway. Gun pointed at Li-yoon's chest. Behind him, Min-sun. Anna's heart stopped. What? Min-sun looked up. Her face was bruised. Tear-streaked. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'm so sorry. The man said something in Korean. Gestured with the gun. Li-yoon's hands were up. His eyes found Anna on the stairs. Go back upstairs. Not without you. Anna. I said no. The man laughed. Said something that made Li-yoon's expression go murderous. What did he say? Anna demanded. Li-yoon's jaw clenched. He said you're coming with them. Why? Because someone wants to meet you. The man switched to English. Heavily accented. Someone who paid very much money for you to carry Li-yoon's baby. Anna's hand went to her stomach. The man smiled. Time to meet your real employer. Li-yoon moved. Fast. Lethal. He grabbed the gun. Twisted. The man screamed. Then chaos. More men poured through the door. Li-yoon fought like something feral. But there were too many. They dragged him down. Anna screamed. Ran down the stairs. Someone grabbed her from behind. She kicked. Clawed. Bit. Stop. Min-sun's voice. Please, Anna, just stop. They'll kill him if you fight. Anna went still. Li-yoon was on his knees. Blood streaming from his temple. 3 guns pointed at his head. His eyes met hers. I'm sorry, he said. Don't, Anna whispered. Please don't. They hit him. He went down. Anna's scream was the last thing she heard before something sharp pricked her neck. Then darkness. Everything just shattered. Li-yoon's down. Anna's been taken. And Min-sun? She's been working for the enemy all along. Who wanted Anna pregnant with Li-yoon's baby and why? Anna woke to the smell of expensive cologne and old money. Her head throbbed. She tried to move. Couldn't. Her wrists were zip-tied to a chair. The room was elegant. All dark wood and leather. Floor-to-ceiling windows showing a view of the city she recognized. Seoul. She was back in Seoul. You're awake. Anna's head snapped up. A man sat across from her. Older. 60s. Perfectly tailored suit. Salt and pepper hair like Lee Yoon's. And the same dark, calculating eyes. Who are you? Anna asked. Lee Dongwook. Yoon's uncle. He smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. And the man who orchestrated everything. Anna's blood went cold. What? Jisoo. Min's son. The clinic. You. He stood. Walked closer. All of it was my design. Why? Because my nephew forgot his place. Dongwook circled her chair slowly. Lee Yoon runs the Korean operations. Makes us millions. But he started getting ideas. Thought he could leave the family. Start clean. Have a normal life. He laughed. So I gave him what he wanted. An heir. But not on his terms. On mine. Anna's stomach turned. You wanted him to have a child. As leverage. A child he'd care about. One I could use to keep him in line. Dongwook stopped in front of her. But it had to be done right. A Korean surrogate would have rights. Family. Protection. But you. He tilted his head. A broke American woman. Black. No connections. No one would look for you. And if you cared about the baby, he'd have to stay. Do what I say. Or lose everything. You're insane. I'm practical. He crouched down. But then you became a problem. He fell for you. Started protecting you. Choosing you over the family. His expression hardened. That wasn't part of the plan. Where is he? Being reminded of his priorities. Anna's heart stopped. What did you do? What I should have done months ago. Dongwook stood. Checked his watch. In 1 hour, you'll be on a plane to a facility outside the country. You'll deliver the baby there. We'll take it. And you'll disappear. Permanently. Lee Yoon will kill you. Lee Yoon will do exactly what I tell him. Because if he doesn't, I'll kill you myself. And he knows it. The door opened. Min's son walked in. Eyes red. Face hollow. I'm sorry, she whispered. Anna, I'm so sorry. Quiet, Dongwook snapped. You've done enough damage. You said you'd let her go if I helped. I lied. He turned to one of his men. Get her out of here. They dragged Min's son away. She was crying. Screaming Anna's name. The door slammed shut. Dongwook looked at Anna. Any last words? Anna lifted her chin. He's going to come for me. I'm counting on it. He left. Anna sat in the silence, hands bound, baby moving inside her, and refused to cry. Lee Yoon would come. She knew it in her bones. He came at sunset. Anna heard the explosion first. Then gunfire. Screaming. The door to her room burst open. Not Lee Yoon. One of Dongwook's men. Gun drawn. Move, he barked in English. Anna stood on shaking legs. He grabbed her arm. Dragged her down a hallway. More gunfire. Closer now. They turned a corner. Lee Yoon stood at the end of the hall. Blood on his face. Suit torn. Gun in his left hand. His right hand tattooed, deadly, dripping red. He looked like death. The man holding Anna shoved the gun against her temple. Stop or I. Lee Yoon shot him. Clean. 1 bullet. The man dropped. Anna stumbled. Lee Yoon caught her. Pulled her against his chest. Are you hurt? His hands ran over her. Checking. Did they touch you? The baby? We're okay. We're okay. She grabbed his face. You came. Always. He kissed her. Hard. Desperate. I'll always come for you. More footsteps. He spun. Fired twice. 2 bodies fell. We need to move, he said. He cut her zip ties. Took her hand. They ran. The building was chaos. Bodies. Smoke. Lee Yoon moved through it like he'd done this 1,000 times. Maybe he had. They made it to a stairwell. Started down. Yoon. Dongwook's voice echoed from above. Lee Yoon stopped. Turned. Pushed Anna behind him. His uncle stood at the top of the stairs. Gun pointed down at them. You'd kill your own family? Dongwook asked. You stopped being family when you touched her. She's nothing. A vessel. She's mine. Lee Yoon's voice was ice. She's mine and you hurt her. You threatened my child. You crossed a line you don't come back from. So what? You'll kill me. Yes. Dongwook laughed. You don't have the balls. Li Yun shot him. Dongwook fell. Li Yun didn't wait to see if he was dead. Just grabbed Anna's hand and kept moving. They burst outside. A car waited. Engine running. Li Yun shoved her inside. Climbed in after her. Drive. The car peeled away. Anna couldn't stop shaking. You killed him. Your uncle. You. He was going to kill you. Li Yun pulled her into his lap. I'd kill anyone who tried to take you from me. Anyone. She believed him. They drove for hours. Changed cars twice. Crossed borders Anna didn't recognize. Finally, they stopped at a small house on the coast. Somewhere quiet. Hidden. Li Yun carried her inside. Set her on the couch. Disappeared for a few minutes. When he came back, he had a first aid kit. Let me see, he said. I'm fine. Let me see, Anna. She lifted her shirt. He checked her stomach. Her wrists where the zip ties had cut. Her neck where they'd drugged her. His hands shook. I'm okay, she whispered. We're both okay. He dropped his forehead to her stomach. I thought I lost you. You didn't. If I'd been 5 minutes late, you weren't. She ran her fingers through his hair. You saved us. He looked up at her. Eyes red. I can't do this anymore. Do what? Live without you. Pretend you're temporary. Pretend I could ever let you go. He stood. Pulled her up with him. Marry me. Anna's breath caught. What? Marry me. Not because of the baby. Not because someone's forcing you. Marry me because you love me. Li Yun. I know I'm not safe. I know my world is dangerous. I know you deserve better. His hands cupped her face. But I'm asking anyway. Because I love you. Because I can't imagine my life without you in it. Because you're the only thing that's ever mattered more than the family. More than the business. More than anything. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Your family will hate me. I don't have family anymore. Just you. Just this baby. That's enough. What about your mother? She'll learn to accept it or she'll never see her grandchild. Her choice. He kissed her forehead. Her nose. Her lips. Say yes, Anna. Please. Yes. He kissed her like she was oxygen. When they broke apart, he was smiling. Actually smiling. We're getting married, he said. We're insane. Probably. He pulled her closer. Hand on her stomach. But we're doing it anyway. 3 months later. The wedding was small. A courthouse in a city where no one knew their names. Anna wore white. Simple dress. Nothing fancy. Li Yun wore black. Because of course he did. They said their vows in front of a judge who didn't ask questions. When it was over, he kissed her like he'd been waiting his whole life to do it. Mine, he whispered against her lips. Yours, she agreed. 2 months after that. Labor hit at 3 in the morning. Li Yun didn't panic. He'd prepared for this. Had the best doctors on standby. The best hospital room money could buy. But when Anna screamed, when something went wrong, when the monitors started beeping and doctors rushed in, he panicked. Save her, he told the surgeon. I don't care about anything else. Save her. Mr. Lee, the baby. I said save her. Anna grabbed his hand. No. Save us both. Anna. Promise me. Both of us. Please. He looked at her. At the woman who'd walked into his life by accident and become everything. Both of you, he said. I promise. The surgery took 4 hours. Li Yun paced the waiting room like a caged animal. His right hand wouldn't stop shaking. When the doctor finally came out, Li Yun couldn't breathe. They're both fine, the doctor said. Mother and son. Healthy. Li Yun's knees almost gave out. He found Anna in recovery. Pale. Exhausted. Beautiful. And holding a tiny bundle wrapped in blue. Hey, she said softly. Li Yun walked to the bed. Looked down at his son. Dark hair. Perfect features. Already scowling. He looks angry, Li Yun said. He gets that from you. Anna smiled. Want to hold him? He did. The baby was so small in his arms. So fragile. Li Yun had killed men. Destroyed empires. Built an empire of his own. Nothing had ever terrified him like this. What do we name him? Anna asked. Li Yun looked at her. At the woman who'd survived everything his world threw at her. who'd loved him anyway. Whatever you want, he said. Jiho, she said. It means wisdom and goodness. He's half me. He won't be good. Then we'll teach him. She held out her hand. He took it. Together. Together, he agreed. 6 months later, Anna woke to sunlight and the sound of Korean being spoken softly. She rolled over. Lee-yoon sat in the rocking chair by the window, Jiho in his arms, speaking to him in the language Anna was still learning. The baby grabbed his father's tattooed hand, pulled it to his mouth. Lee-yoon laughed. Actual laughter. Anna's chest ached. What are you telling him? She asked. Lee-yoon looked over. That his mother is the strongest person I've ever met. That she survived everything and still chose us. That he's the luckiest kid in the world. You're biased. Completely. He stood, brought Jiho to the bed, laid him between them. But I'm not wrong. Anna traced her son's face. Then her husband's. We made it. We did. Your family hasn't contacted us in months. And won't. He kissed her forehead. This is my family now. You. Him. That's all I need. Jiho yawned. Tiny fist curling around Anna's finger. Lee-yoon's hand covered both of theirs. I love you, he said. Both of you. Forever. Forever, Anna echoed. Outside, the world kept turning. Inside, they had everything they needed. The end. They survived. Against his family. Against the world. Against every odds stacked against them. Lee-yoon got his heir, but more than that, he got her. Drop a heart if you love the story, comment which moment hit hardest, and subscribe because we're just getting started. More ruthless men. More impossible love. More stories that'll keep you up at night. See you in the next one.